that this could only have been possible if the video was received directly from the source. Yes?
I heard him say that. I don't know if that's true or if that's possible because it didn't come from me. I was flying.
Tremaine
so I know that's incorrect is what I mean to say.
Another liar on the stand.
Amber Heard's troubles are far from over, as all her plans are being shattered by the minute. Johnny Depp's brilliant lawyer and the star of the trial of the century has allegedly exposed one of Amber Heard's numerous schemes to avoid paying the $10.5 million judgment awarded against her by a court in Fairfax, Virginia. What has the Aquaman star done this time? And how did she get exposed for her alleged evasive ploys? The astute lawyer appears to have demonstrated how the 36-year-old actress was moving money from her accounts, which is akin to money laundering, to give the impression that she was broke and couldn't pay the fines heaped on her by the Virginia court. According to legal experts, one way to avoid paying the damages is to move the money into trusts, making it difficult for the state to get access to it. And that appears to be exactly what Amber Heard has done. And from the looks of things, she seems to have this all planned out. According to reports, the Aquaman star purchased her Southern California home for $570,000 in 2019 through an anonymous trust that was tied to her. This was after she had written the op-ed for the Washington Post and was apparently preparing for a legal blowback from her ex-husband Johnny Depp. And once the blowback came, the actress sold the house for a little over $1 million, double the amount of money she shelled for the Yucca Valley property. Since the house was not bought in her name, it's possible that the $1 million accrued from the sale of the house is safely resting in the account of the anonymous trust, far from the long arms of the law. That is not the only property that the Aquaman star has sold to avoid paying the money owed to her ex-husband. In June, several sources reported that Amber Heard was allegedly selling her Tesla Model S luxury car, which was gifted to her by her billionaire ex-boyfriend Elon Musk. The Tesla model is valued at around $100,000, and if she successfully sold it, then it won't be far-fetched to suggest that the money too is sitting pretty in the account of a trust. When this strategy of Amber Heard was shared on social media, several fans took to the comment section to share their opinions. One fan wrote, "She bought her house a month before her op-ed was released. It's not even in her name, but a trust. She's been planning this for years. She knew the consequences, and I am sure she prepared accordingly. To run, that is. She ain't paying a cent. JD is well aware of that. She needs to shut her yap and stop telling tall tales. Go get help for her daughter's sake." Another fan felt that the Aquaman star had stashed her money in her sister's account. They wrote, "She's riding in private jets and rented that $22,000 house while attending the trial. She probably has her money in her sister's account." To which another replied, "If her legal team is as good as they think they are, her money will have been protected. A trust set up in her daughter's name, a foundation created, an offshore account. I think her money is hiding in trusts," wrote another fan. "She purchased her home in Yucca Valley through a trust in the name of her accountant. She also has benefactors that are wealthy, and I also think she is in the blackmail game, which is why she had so much support, even though the public has turned against her," they concluded. One fan felt that Amber Heard should be made to pay for her deeds. They wrote, "She should be held accountable for what she did, monetary too. She should pay him. But of course, she'll hide the money in order to not pay." Interesting. I happened upon a real estate site, and it seemed Amber sold her California home on July 18, 2022. At least there is a deed with new parties, and I assume this is the house attached to her traveler's homeowner's policy, commented one curious fan. This is not the first time Amber Heard and her lawyers have tried to avoid paying the $10.5 million owed to Johnny Depp. Right after the judgment was given, Elaine Bredehoff, the lawyer of the Aquaman actress, claimed that her client didn't have the money to pay the court fine. In an interview on NBC's Today Show with Savannah Guthrie, Elaine answered, "Absolutely not," when she was asked whether her client could fork over $10 million. According to the veteran lawyer, paying the court fine will send a horrible message to abusers. She said, "It's a significant setback because that's exactly what it means," Bredehoff said. "Unless you pull out your phone and you video your spouse or your significant other beating you, effectively you won't be believed." So when pictures of a broke-looking Amber Heard shopping at TJ Maxx hit the internet, many fans and pundits felt that the actress was doing all in her power to evade the court fine. First, they speculated that the leakers of the pictures, TMZ, were in bed with the actress to make her appear broke, so she could eventually declare bankruptcy down the line. And given the history between TMZ and Amber Heard, that speculation is not far from true. During the hearing of the defamation case, ex-employee of TMZ, Morgan Termaine, testified that Amber Heard tipped off TMZ for a photo op when she went to a Los Angeles courthouse to file a temporary restraining order against her then-husband Johnny Depp in 2016. According to Morgan, "We were trying to capture Amber leaving the courthouse and an alleged bruise on the right side of her face," he told the court. "She was going to sort of stop and turn towards the camera to display the bruise on the right side of her face, the alleged bruise." When he was asked whether TMZ got the shot they wanted, he responded, "We did." When fans watched Morgan's testimony, they couldn't hide their anger and disdain at the Aquaman actress. One fan wrote, "Morgan's testimony just laid out how carefully Amber planned this whole thing. It's sickening. I feel so sorry for Johnny." Another commenter added, "Finally, someone that will stand for the truth. And coming from someone who worked for TMZ says a lot." An angry fan wrote, "It's no secret Amber sold TMZ those videos and tipped them off. What a diabolical monster." Another user agreed, "He's basically saying here it was Amber Heard who tipped them off without mentioning her name. Totally damning. Her behavior today has been the most odd so far. I'd say her narcissism is showing on her face." Others also expressed their admiration for Morgan on how he brilliantly answered the questions during cross-examination and exposed Amber for the fraud that she was. One admirer wrote, "I really like this ex-TMZ guy. He seems very alert and honest and knowing his job. He said a lot. Massive key witness. I understand now why the AH team did not want him to be on the witness stand. So glad he was." Another opined, "This courageous man didn't reveal anything our common sense couldn't piece together. He just confirmed what we already knew, so kudos to him for doing what is right." I cheered for Morgan Termaine when he defended himself from Elaine, claiming it was she who was looking for the 15 minutes of fame for being a member of Amber's legal team, commented a Morgan Termaine fan. So given Amber Heard's different strategies to avoid paying the hefty court fines, it won't be surprising if the Aquaman star adds money laundering and declaring bankruptcy to the list. But don't take our word for it. Let us hear what you think. Is the 36-year-old actress trying to hide her money to circumvent the over $10 million owed to Johnny Depp? Should the Hollywood icon forget about the court fines and allow his ex-wife to walk away freely? Let us know what you think in the comment section below.